How's it going, guys? Good morning. Today is November 9th, and welcome to another episode of MMA Morning Chat. So here we go. Okay, on today's episode, okay guys, first of all, thank you for joining me. And this is your host, your Morning Chat host. It's your buddy Mike. And you know what? What happened yesterday? Okay, if you guys don't know, yesterday, November 8th, UFC 218 co-headliner Frankie Edgar was was pulled out with an undisclosed injury, but the rumor has it that he broke part of his face was broken, was hit. So that's the rumor. It's like some kind of facial fracture, and I was like, what the hell? Who hit him so hard in the face to break his face? Less than 4 weeks away. Oh my goodness. And this is November, and you guys, there's only 2 more months left, counting this month. And the UFC, they only have 2 more pay-per-view to sell. And this one right here, I don't know how well that it was gonna do, but it is still Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. And you guys, Frankie Edgar, he's not as popular as say Saint Pierre. So, but however, he could generate a bit of a sell. And overall, this fight card, it didn't seem that bad. I mean, let's have a quick look here. I believe that the co-main event, sorry, not co-main event, the main event, we have a Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. And the co-main event, we have Francis Ngannou versus Alistair Overeem. And then, and then we got Justin Gaethje versus Eddie Alvarez. You guys know who I'm picking for that one. And there's more. I believe that Sage Knockout is on his card as well. No. Okay, look at this. This was the main card. Okay, we have TJ Torres versus Michelle Watterson. That could possibly be a number one contender to the new strawweight champion, which is Rose Namajunas. And right now, TJ Torres, she's got a 9-1 record. She's running a 2-5 win streak. And Michelle Watterson, this would have been a fight for her to bounce back. And then we got Eddie Alvarez versus Justin Gaethje versus, you guys, this is, in my opinion, the number 1 contender to the lightweight division. Next we have Henry Cejudo versus Sergio Pettis. I could see that Sergio Pettis, if he wins this fight, he will be the number 1 contender. And then Francis Ngannou versus Alistair Overeem, number 1 contender as well. Like, these are all number one contender fight. And of course, the main event, the flyweight title, which is Max Holloway, and he was gonna fight Frankie Edgar. And to me, that is very unfortunate that fight ended up the way it did, because I like both these guys. It's just the fact that I like Frankie Edgar. I've been following him for a very long time, and I would really like to see him do well. I would really like to see him get another title underneath his belt. And then there's Max Holloway. Oh my goodness, you guys! If you guys have been following this channel, or if you guys have been watching me talk about mixed martial for a while, you guys will know that I'm extremely high on Jose Aldo, and what he did to Jose Aldo was, oh my goodness, that was, I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming, because I can't remember the last time. You know what? Yeah, I cannot, because before the loss to Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo hasn't lost in over 10 years, and his first loss was during his amateur age when he was competing in Brazil. And then he went on this crazy 10+ year fight, like undefeated in 10+ years. And there was a lot of argument that could be said that when Conor McGregor beat Jose Aldo, he essentially caught him. He caught Jose, and Jose went to sleep. But however, with this fight versus the current flyweight champion, which is Max Holloway, you cannot say that. It's just the fact that, well, he put him out. He outclassed him. The ref had to stop in and save Jose. And you know what? There are some some fight fans, especially Brazilians, they could argue that that fight was stopped prematurely. Me personally, I disagree. I believe that the referee gave Jose Aldo a lot of time, a bunch of time to recuperate, to fight back, which Jose, he never did. And the rest is history. The ref stepped in, call off the fight. Frankie Edgar, why do I keep saying that? Max Holloway is your new undisputed featherweight champion. And after that fight, you know what, Max? I'm a fan. Of what you did to Jose Aldo, I didn't see that coming. But it's just the fact that you did. That's why I'm a fan. So the next question is that, what should be next? Who should be competing for the flyweight title? Okay, guys, I will give you guys a few minutes to, or girls, I will give you a few minutes to think about this while I'm going to talk about the injury with Dominick Cruz. Okay, tell me who you think in the comment section below, and I will tell you who I think in just a few minutes. Okay, so on the same day, like I just mentioned, Dominick Cruz is out of his fight versus Jimmie Rivera at UFC 219. And UFC 219 is another topic of conversation that we will talk about. And Dominick Cruz is out of UFC 219 because of a broken arm. Holy shit. Like, you know what, Dom? Like, I don't want to be a hater or anything, but god damn it, man. Like, what is going on with your body? You keep blowing out your leg, your knees, and what are you hitting to break your arm? You know what? It's me watching Dominick Cruz compete. It's a treat. It's just the fact that he is one of a kind fighter, and the opportunity that he doesn't not compete too often, and his style is very unique. So anytime that he step into the cage, step into the car and fight, it's like a blessing. It's like a blessing in disguise, because he has been so far ahead of the curve, and now the curve is catching up. I would really like to see how he would compete at the current landscape of mixed martial arts, and how he would do against the current crops, and especially in Jimmie Rivera, he would be an extremely good test for him. But however, if that's not the case, he broke his arm. What the hell, man? I mean, you know what? I've never broke my arm, and I'm not a fighter. But you must be in a cast for at least 8 weeks, and then in a cast for about 8 weeks. Well, it depends on the severity of the broken arm. But regardless, you must be in a cast. There must be a recuperation time, and then before you get back into the cage, there must be a fight preparation and fight time as well. So he'll be out for like at least, in my opinion, for him to be healthy, he must. I believe that he is out until the third quarter of 2018. Oh my goodness! So he'll be out for another year, and this is during his fighting prime. Damn it. Okay, guys. We are now going to jump back to who I believe that Max Holloway is going to should fight at UFC 218 as the main event, and we will get back to the Dominick Cruz discussion of UFC 219 and of who I should believe should headline UFC 219. Okay. The first person that's on my mind, if you guys have seen my previous video, is Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega, he is an undefeated fighter inside the UFC. He's undefeated in featherweight, and right now he doesn't have. I don't believe that he's have a fight book as of this moment. And you know what? You could build this as Max Holloway, his first title defense against an undefeated fighter in Brian Ortega, and win or lose for Max. No, sorry. Well, there is a bit of stuff that okay. It's about the weight. It's about what am I trying to say here? It's about the value of the fight. For Max Holloway, it seems like this fight will be a lot for him to lose. But as you all know, Max, like, he doesn't care who is in front of him. He is a fighter, and he's all about getting a paycheck. And after his win over Jose Aldo, him and his management team has renegotiated his contract, and this fight is gonna be a big payday for him. And the things that, you know what, guys, let's call it it is what it is. Brian Ortega, he's new, and he's not new, but he's an up and comer. But do we really see him beating Max Holloway? I don't want to sell Brian short, but as of right now, if you would put a gun to my head and you'd be like, pick a fighter, pick the winner of this fight, I would have to lean towards Max Holloway. But as the UFC, you could sell that first title defense of the new star of Hawaii versus the undefeated Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega, guys, if you don't know, he is a Brazilian beast. And my heat just came back on again. I don't understand. This happened. Okay, you know what? As the time of this recording, it's 8:45 a.m. and I'm trying to pick a different time during the day to do this recording, so that the heater does not come on. But here we are. It's back on. So, you guys, bear with me, and I apologize for the background noise. Okay, so my first pick for the co-headliner for UFC 218 is Brian Ortega, because I love seeing undefeated fighter fight, and I would like to see Max Holloway compete, because as of right now, I believe that he's only 26, and he's going into his prime. I believe that he's not at his prime yet, but this is Max Holloway development, and I believe that Brian Ortega could be a very good test. But a bigger test would have been Frankie Edgar if he could have made it, if he would have made it to UFC 218, which to me that was very unfortunate. Okay, so that's my number one pick, and my number two pick. Are you ready? Hold for it. Cody Garbrandt. That is right. If Cody Garbrandt would step up, and that's the title from my previous video. Cody Garbrandt, time to step up. If Cody Garbrandt would go to Dana White, be like, Dana, I would like to step in, I would like to compete, and I would like to wash and erase what happened to me previously at UFC 217, which is the knockout loss to TJ Dillashaw. I don't see a reason, I don't see any way that the UFC or Dana White would say no, with the exception of his medical suspension, which as of right now, I'm not sure how long he's out for. I believe it's I believe I saw an article saying 45 days. Okay, I realized that 45 days, that is just a discretionary update for them not to okay, the 45 days, it could be cut down if he gets tested by a doctor that could say that he could compete within sooner than that date. And I believe that the way that Cody Garbrandt lost, he does not need 45 days. He could do like maybe a week, because the other person that I would like to bring up is Donald Cerrone. I believe that at one point he was out for 30 days, and he went to the doctor, and 2 days later he's like, yep, he's good to go, he's back in training, and boom, he's got his next fight book versus Darren Till, I believe. But regardless, this is where I am going with this, is that the 45 days mark, that's just a suggestion, that's just a guideline. It doesn't have to be the exact amount. If his doctor or his physician say that he could compete at a sooner date, at an earlier date, at a sooner date. So yeah, Cody Garbrandt is my number 2 pick. And could you guys just imagine if he would go up to featherweight and fight and beat Max Holloway? Guys, both these guys, they have a background in boxing, and I realized that Max is a bit bigger, but Cody, he's no slouch when it comes to boxing. So I would like to see these guys fight and compete for the featherweight title. I am freezing. For the featherweight title, and you guys, you know what? If you could beat Max, the situation, the incident, I won't say the incident, but the loss that Cody had at UFC 217, it'll be just water under the bridge. And on top of that, he just signed onto Body Armor, which was a big announcement. It was him him, Cynthia Cavello, which I believe Cynthia it should be the next in line for Rose's title, and the beast in Francis Ngannou, which you guys, I'm calling this right now. I think he's gonna go in there and fucked up Alex over him at UFC 219. Okay, but let's get back to UFC 218. Like I said, if Cody Garbrandt would go up there, I can see him like, you know what? I don't know who's gonna win. If I would have to pick, as for right now, you know, guys, I have the right to change my pick. If I have to pick the winner right now, I would always go with the bigger guy, and in this case, it's Max Holloway. But I would like to see two elite boxers compete, and that's Cody versus Max. Okay, so that's my quick thought. So that's my thought on the cancellation of UFC. Well, not the cancellation, but the 1/2 cancellation and the injury of Frankie Edgar, and the two fighter, which I believe should be next in line for the match to challenge Max Holloway, and that is Brian Ortega and Cody Garbrandt. I would, if I would have to pick one, I would lean towards Cody, because I believe that is a bigger fight, and the UFC could sell. Cody is going up for a second title as well. It seemed like that is the trend lately, and you could have a champion versus a former champion, so you could sell that as well. Okay, so let's head back on to UFC 219. Dominick Cruz is out with a broken arm. Holy shit. I am extremely disappointed from the previous reason that I've mentioned before. Damn. And so Dominick Cruz was supposed to fight Jimmie Rivera, and Jimmie Rivera, he would like to stay in the fight. He would like to stay in the on the card. I mean, he would like to stay on the card. So the next question is that who should Jimmie fight, and who is best suited to fight against Jimmie? Well, we have a fighter that has tossed his name into the hat, which is John Lineker. Okay, and you know what? If I would choose one, but I'm not, I'm going to choose two. And if I would choose one, John Lineker is absolutely the first person that will be the first person that I will pick. It's just the fact that he does not have a fight book, and he's been doing really well, with the exception loss to the current champion, which is TJ, and he's your top 5. And it's like he is still one of the best bantamweight fighter in the world right now, and he's not booked. It's not he's not booked. He's willing to step up, and me personally, like, why not? Jimmie will be happy, John Lineker will be happy, and these guys will get paid, and the fight goes on. Okay, that's my number one pick, because John Lineker said he will do it. If I was matchmaker, okay, why not? If you want to do it, if you want to step up, let's do it. And my second choice, that's right, we're back to Cody. My second choice is Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt versus Jimmie Rivera. Okay. The other reason why I like to see this fight is that this fight right here, it will fast track Cody Garbrandt back to the title picture, but I still believe that he will need at least 3 more fights before he challenge TJ again for the title, and a win over Jimmie Rivera will absolutely do that. So yeah, Cody Garbrandt, you gotta get yourself in there, and it's not just that. And it's not just for the win, because this win, okay, if Cody says, Dana, I want to fight, and Dana says yes, and Cody Garbrandt go in there and lose, you guys, this would devastate Cody as a brand, because he just signed with Body Armor, which is co-owned by Cody Garbrandt, which is co-owned by Kobe Bryant, and during the UFC 217, they had this big pre-fight press conference announcing the athletic deal, which is, like I mentioned before, the 3 was Cody, Francis Ngannou, and Cynthia Cavello. And at UFC 217, he went in there as a representative of Body Armor. He went in there and he lost. And you know what? That made Body Armor look really bad, because as of right now, the perception is that they are, okay guys, the perception is that they are sponsoring, they are promoting losers. And I you know, I hate using that word because, well, he did lose, but yeah. So he must go in there, Cody, he must go in there and finish Jimmie Rivera, or else he could possibly, he could potentially lose his deal with Body Armor. And Body Armor, it is what it is. The reason why they signed with these three individuals is that because, one, Cody at that time is the current champion, and Francis and Cynthia, they are the future champion, right? And that's the reason behind the signing. You know what? It is what it is. This is the fight game. This is the sponsorship game, and you must win. So, yeah. After that being said, there will be an added pressure from Francis Ngannou versus Alistair Overeem, but I don't think so. You know, I am picking Francis to win, and Cynthia Calvillo, I don't care who she fights next, but her last few fights that I've seen, she looks like a beast. And if she does get her next shot against Rose Namajunas, which I believe she will, I believe that she would be Rose as well. And the other thing why I believe that Cynthia Calvillo will receive the next title shot is because of the UFC sponsorship deal with Body Armor. Because, like I said, Body Armor would like to associate themselves with championship caliber fighter. The same thing that I believe that if Francis Ngannou beat Alistair Overeem, he's next in line to fight Stipe. Yeah, so that is it. Wait, no, there's more. Sorry, I almost forgot. So, as of right now, November 9th, the UFC 219, the UFC, I'm gonna sit on my feet. The UFC does not have a main event. And you guys, if you guys have seen my previous video on this, my prediction for this main event was going to be Chris Cyborg versus Holly Holm. But according to Lenny something, I can't remember his name right now. If you guys don't know, Lenny is Holly Holm's manager, and according to Lenny, they did not come to an agreement for the price for her to fight Chris Cyborg. And even Chris Cyborg and her team, they even went on Instagram, and they went on social media and posted this. And yeah, and what's his name? George. I believe, you know, let's have a quick look here. Chris Cyborg's manager, his name is George Praheen, and he hinted that the reason why that fight did not happen is due to money. So there it is. I don't know. You might have to take that with a grain of salt, but it is Chris Cyborg's manager, and he might be saying this just to stir up a conversation, or just to stir up the pot for a bit. But on top of that, Holly Holm and her team, they've stated that if the price is right, they will do it. And as of right now, the price is not right. And next, so that was my number one pick, and I also did this quick video of who I should believe and who is available from each weight class to fight at UFC 219. And it came down to, for me, Daniel Cormier versus Volkan Ozdemir for the light heavyweight title. Because, you know what, I just felt that Daniel, he has not competed since July, and I realized that this is less than 2 weeks away. But however, at the end of the day, if the UFC tosses enough money towards Daniel, he will take the fight. And as of right now, in my mind, this is my mind. I tend to be wrong, but this is what I believe, is that in the light heavyweight division, if your name is not John Jones, you cannot beat Daniel Cormier. But however, Vulcan, he's been on a tear lately. He's been on a tear. I mean, I don't like all his fight. He's been ended the first round fight. That's, you know what, guys? I'm gonna go have a quick look here, but since entering the UFC, I believe that he is undefeated, and here it is. Okay, he is 6'1". He's got a professional record of 15-1. His nickname's No Town because he's finished like everybody, like No Town Flat. Okay, so wow. So wow, I did not notice. I thought that his record was a bit better. So 2017 this year for Vulcan, this is his first stunt in the UFC. He's riding a 3-fight win streak, and he first competed at February 4th of this year, 2017, versus Ovix and Prude. He won with a unanimous decision. Okay, you know what? I will let that go. It's just the fact that that is his first fight. So there is a bit of first time UFC jitter. But then he went on to Misha Krovanov. He beat him 22nd into the first round. And then his last fight versus Jimmie Rivera beats him 42nd into the first round. You know what? That by itself, I believe that he should be the number one contender, and him and Daniel should do some business and get into UFC 219 and fight. But do I believe that he could beat Daniel? I don't think so. But however, this is MMA. This is the fight game. You know what? I didn't think that Rose would beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and she did. And the way that she did it was, oh my goodness, that was wow. I did not see that coming. I picked the cancer. Damn. Okay. So that's it. That's my first and second choice for UFC 219. And what else do we want to talk about? I don't want to talk about I do not want to talk about current events today because it seems like it's always the same thing over and over again. Besides the two injuries that I've just talked about, but besides that, it's the same thing. Nothing really new. Oh yeah, guys. Today is Thursday, and I guess in a few hours or later on today. What? Okay, you know what? We are gonna talk about current events for the moment. I just clicked back to the MMA Junkie main page, and the headline, it reads, "Are you freaking kidding me?" It reads, and I quote, "This is posted by Steven Morocco." This is the headline. If this is not a clickbait, I am upset. You guys, this is a live reaction right now, okay? If this is clickbait, I'm okay. The headline read, UFC champ George St. Pierre injured but won't freeze division. Do you know what that means? This is what it's gonna mean. Robert Whittaker is gonna have to defend his title against someone else to defend his interim title. Number one, that's what it means. And number two, he is going to give up the middleweight title. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. You know what, guys? I don't know what to think right now. I am a bit disappointed, but let's read throughout the rest of this article. Just give me one moment while I'm putting you guys on pause. I said that this is a live reaction, so we are going to do a live reaction. So, newly crowned middleweight champion George St. Pierre today revealed a neck injury he suffered during his title-winning fight against Michael Bisping, but he said he still planned to fight interim title holder Robert Whittaker. Okay, George St. Pierre is suffering a neck injury. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my goodness. Okay guys, that's it. I'm done. I am gonna make another video, which is I'm gonna talk like all about George St. Pierre injury in a few hours. But as of right now, damn it. Okay guys, I'm leaving. take care. Thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much for listening. If you have not, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys. You guys take care, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Damn, a neck injury.